Good morning, children. Welcome to the online classroom of Chanakya Academy. This session is for the subject Organization of Commerce, and today we are going to discuss the last topic of the chapter number 4, Organizing. Yes, yesterday we had already discussed about the meaning of decentralization. As the word says, decentralization means reducing the authorities from top level and redistributing them to the middle level or lower level of management. This is the process of decentralization. Over here, keep one thing in mind, children. When decentralization is done, that means all the authorities, powers, responsibilities and departmentalization is done at the middle or lower level. Okay, how this decentralization process is done? By assigning the authorities and powers, like, so that process is delegation of authority. Today we are going to discuss about the topic delegation of authority. Now when decentralization is there, na, what happens? All the powers that were earlier with only top management are now given to the bottom or middle level management. But when we talk about delegation of authority, over here it is not the process of decentralization. Instead, just to reduce the work of top level management क्या करती है? अपने सबऑर्डिनेट्स को कुछ अथॉरिटीज और पावर दे देती है, सो दैट देयर टास्क कैन बी अचीव्ड. Okay, that is delegation of authority. Now let us have the meaning. According to legal view, power means authority to take the action. But if we are talking about business unit, that means power is to give orders and to see that if orders are followed. Now when the size of organization is large, that means upper level administrator assign some work to their helpers. See children, understand the word meaning of the word helpers. Over here, delegation of authority means assigning work to their helpers. They see whether the work orders are followed or not. डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन में हेल्पर्स नहीं होते, वो नेक्स्ट लेवल पे, नेक्स्ट बॉटम या लोअर लेवल पे ही मैनेजमेंट सारे टास्क को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिए. बट डेलीगेशन में क्या होता है कि जो स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉयज़ या बेटर एम्प्लॉयड एक्सपीरियंस एम्प्लॉयज़ होती है, उन्हीं को वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे देते हैं टू चेक वेदर द वर्क इज़ डन और नॉट. But in order to enable such helpers to perform tasks, some powers are also vested upon them, and that is known as delegation of power. Is it clear to you? Louis Allen has defined delegation of power is the process in which administrator gives a part of the powers to his helpers along with the duties, and the helpers with the help of others for the purpose of work performance accept such power consciously. In the delegation of power, the understanding of responsibilities is the main thing. Helpers are given powers and they are responsible to get the work done. But final completion of the work and its responsibility rests with the upper level administrator only, and he cannot free himself from that. Say for example, a big organization is there with 1000 employees, right? तो उसने क्या किया है? He has divided plant head 1 and right, so he is responsible for all the tasks to be done in this plant. और से चलो ये भी लिखते हैं. नाउ से डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन और डेलीगेशन के बीच का एक डिफरेंस सबसे पहले आप समझ लो। डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन का मतलब क्या है कि टॉप अथॉरिटी है वो क्या करेगी, बॉटम लेवल या मिडल लेवल को अथॉरिटी दे देगी। नाउ बॉटम लेवल इज से फॉर एग्जांपल हैविंग द अथॉरिटी to sanction the budget of up to rupees 50,000, right? This is with middle level. अब कोई भी परचेज 50,000 से बिलो करना है तो दैट अथॉरिटी इज देयर विद द मिडल लेवल पर्सन। से फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट इज डिपार्टमेंटल हेड, राइट? अब डिपार्टमेंटल हेड क्या करेगा, he has kept 3 different employees, employee 1, employee 2 and employee 3. One will be looking after plant expenses, one will be looking after raw material expenses, and one will be looking after miscellaneous expenses. That means this is a situation of delegation of authority. डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन कब हुआ, जब सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी ने एक डिपार्टमेंट हेड बना दिया कि भाई आपके डिपार्टमेंट को अब संभालो, वॉट एवर टास्क रिलेटेड टू योर डिपार्टमेंट यू आर गिवन द फ्रीडम टू एक्ट। बट उस पूरे डिपार्टमेंट को प्रॉपरली हैंडल करने के लिए, अलग अलग टाइप के एक्सपेंस को मैनेज करने के लिए व्हाट डिपार्टमेंटल हेड डिड, he selected 3 different employees. One would manage all the expenses that are related to plant machinery maintenance. One employee is there who will be looking after all other expenses, miscellaneous expenses as well, right? Now these 3 are not having any authorities to sanction the budget, but all the employees or lower level persons or workers can directly approach this person for the requirement. They will further pass it to the departmental head who will sanction the budget accordingly. तो समझ में आया what is the meaning of delegation of authority? That means power remains with the central person or the authority, but अपना task reduce करने के लिए they give the task to the helpers and provide them with some authorities. Now why this is important? Delegation of power relieves the upper level admin from more work and they can focus upon policy matters, and due to which management can become more efficient. First and foremost importance is work efficient management. Now due to this delegation, officers working on the higher level have less burden of work and the routine work, and hence the distributed resulting in the focus of important areas. जो भी top level manager, they are now free from the routine work because all the routine work is assigned to whom? To their helpers. At the same time they can also meet the objectives. जो रूटीन वर्क है वो हेल्पर करते हैं, तो जो भी अथॉरिटीज़ एंड ऑफिसर्स के दे कैन फोकस ऑन ऑल द डिफरेंट एरियाज. दिस इज द टाइप ऑफ मल्टीटास्किंग वेयर all the routine tasks are also done and they are also focusing on the important areas of the organization. Along with this there is also the development of employees. अब employees का development क्यों होगा? It will be because they will be given some power and authority to take the decisions. They will even have the sense of responsibility of getting work done. Motivation increases. Now due to delegation, employees have the chance to develop their ability. They also gain psychological benefits. Psychological benefits can be in the form of confidence, in the form of morale, in the form of responsibility. That is, when the higher administrator delegate or give the power to enable decentralization to the helpers, helper not only get the work done, but it boosts their self confidence that they are able to perform the task. Benefit of specialization. Yes, this is the most added advantage of delegation of authority. For any particular task, if we have skilled employee or experienced employee in the specialized field, then if we give the authority to that person, it will give the better result to the organization. For example, if any task related to presentation of reports is there, right? You know it very well that कंपनी जो भी बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज होते हैं वहाँ पे डे टू डे टास्क के रिपोर्ट प्रेजेंट करने होते हैं. many a time the presentations are there with the management regarding the next targets of production or sales. ठीक है. तो if any person, any skilled person is there who is good with communication and report making, तो हर बार अगर उसी पर्सन को हम देते हैं तो उससे क्या होगा, वी कैन फाइंड द स्पेशलाइज्ड एंड added knowledge to the presentation. It is possible that all the employees may not have the abilities in the same or all the areas. So in such cases, different people are assigned different kind of work, and hence the benefit of specialized skill is obtained. Right? Coordination. Specialization का एक और एग्जाम्पल दूँ तो it is related to maintenance also. कुछ पर्सन ऐसे होते हैं जो मशीन मेंटेनेंस बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छे होते हैं, whereas on the other hand few person are having skill in identifying other different things. तो जिसकी जो स्पेशलाइजेशन है उसके अकॉर्डिंग अगर हम वर्क को अलॉट करते हैं, then we can give the varieties of excellence. Coordination can be found because of delegation of authority. Now due to delegation, the relationship of helper and upper officers are developed. Middle and lower level employees get chance to take their decision independently. In this way, opinions are respected and they are able to develop the interpersonal relation in the organization. And there is scope for expansion. Now due to delegation of power, upper level officers are free to focus on new ideas for expansion of business, and this enables the long life of the organization and easy in the management. Okay, now by now you are clear with the meaning of delegation of authority and difference between the delegation of authority and decentralization. Let us now look at the elements of delegation of authority, that is how actually this takes place. Lewis Allen has defined that delegation of authority means assignment of responsibility, power to the subordinates, and creating the accountability. Keep this in mind, most important things. Accountability is also created to improve the performance. Now this delegation of authority takes place with three elements. First one is responsibility, entrustment of responsibility, authority, conferment of authority, and creation of accountability. It forms a tripod structure. Elements of delegation of authority. Now what is the meaning of entrustment of responsibility? So if you see over here, entrustment of the responsibility means the duty assigned by the top level officer to the subordinates for one particular task. Responsibility is given to that subordinate to get the work done. With this, it creates a relationship between superior and subordinate, because subordinate को क्या करना है, he has to follow the orders given by the superior. See over here, it is also given the responsibility means assigning the work to an individual. Manager assign the responsibility to their subordinates or helper to complete certain tasks on their behalf. Second one is conferment of authority. Conferment of authority means to provide some powers and authority to this subordinate or helper to get the work done. Now authority means the power to take the decision. अब इसमें मैनेजर क्या करता है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो दिया है टास्क कंप्लीट करने का, बट अलॉन्ग विद दैट ऑल्सो गिव सम अथॉरिटी so that he can take the independent decision and can complete the task. And third one is accountability. That means answerability. The delegated authority holder has to provide the explanation and follow the reporting process of the work done. Accountability follows from bottom level to top level. He may surely be given powers to get the work done, but finally responsibility of the getting work done rests with the upper level management only. Hence, middle level authority holders should take care to ensure that the work done is properly by the lower level staff. See children, कोई भी मैनेजर जब अपने हेल्पर को रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और अथॉरिटी देता है, that means he is accountable to answer as well, because if he fails in any of the tasks, that means जो departmental head या officer है, he has failed in the task and he is accountable or answerable to the top level management. The middle level authority holder cannot free himself from the responsibility of getting the work done. Accountability always follows from lower level to top level. Okay, let us discuss about one of the example for this elements of delegation of authorities. You can take the example of account department, right? Now in accounting department, account officer is not going to prepare the salary slips for everyone, right? He assigns the work to one of his employee to prepare the salary slips. That is giving the responsibility, and authority is also given to him to check everyone's account and take the information from the HR department regarding leaves. इतनी authority उसने अपने subordinate helper को दी है. He has prepared the entire salary slip. Now that does not mean that कि जो हेल्पर है उसने सैलरी स्लिप बना दिया वो फाइनल हो गया. अकाउंट ऑफिसर हैज़ टू चेक फॉर ईच एंड एवरी डिटेल इफ इट इज़ एक्यूरेट और नॉट, एंड देन finalize it to the further higher authority, right? So this is elements of delegation of authority. Tomorrow children, we will have the revision of the entire chapter. Thank you.